What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, NFL DFS video. We got our Thursday night showdown. We're going to break down Week 12. Buffalo, Houston, Josh Allen. It's a long neck, right? Like, his neck is huge. I chose this picture for that exact reason. I need to know, is it just me or is that massive? But we've got Davis Mills going. So what we're going to do is, if you've never been here before, hopefully you're in for a treat. So we're going to go through historical stats from 2023 to the first 11 weeks of this season, showdown data. We're going to look at our matchup tool. Then we're going to go over plays. We're going to look at ownership percentages. We're going to look at captain percentages or MVP, depending if you play on DraftKings or FanDuel. Then we're going to build you some lineups on DraftKings. So you can use these same plays over at FanDuel. The pricing is just a little bit different. It's $10,000 more. And then what we've got is a PPR on DraftKings. So the scoring's a little bit different. I'm going to show you that exact thing when we look at our matchup tool right after this. So looking at the Vegas odds for this game right now, opened up as the Bills being a only 3.5 point favorite and a 46.5 over under. It has now gone down to 43.5 over under, but we've got the Bills as a 5.5 point favorite with an implied team total of 23.78 and the Houston Texans with an implied team total of 20.92. So those are the Vegas odds right now as of the making of the video. So maybe you check the Vegas odds and see how they've moved whenever you watch this video. But we are going to look at all of the showdown stats, the analysis, hopefully able to help you bring home that bacon. So looking from the start of the 2023 season to now, 82% of the winning lineups on DraftKings have contained at least one of the quarterbacks. The Bills defense is pretty good overall. I mean, if there's a quarterback you need, it's most likely going to be Josh Allen. I mean, he had 3 passing and 3 rushing touchdowns last week or something close to that. Absolutely on fire. You know what you're going to get when you have him. So I love him in the captain spot. I love him in the flex spot. Only 5% of the winning lineups had a $50,000 salary or less, or used all $50,000 in salary on DraftKings, I should say. So 95% of the time, leave money on the table. There's always going to be that 5%, that hit, but overall, we have not. Only 15% of the winning lineups contained a $200 player or less. That usually happens when we have injuries early in the week. The pricings already came out, and then that player was a game time decision. Then they sit very late, and you get to take advantage of that. As of right now, I don't see that. But again, we'll have a cheat sheet, all of our favorite captain plays, all of our favorite flex plays there. We will use that. And we also have a free Discord, which you can find down below. So at the very end of the video, I usually do do like a same game parlay. But on Thursday nights, I'm going to encourage you to go over our completely free Discord. There's an NFL props channel, and I will put a couple of our favorite player props and maybe even build a parlay over there. And it'll be right in the free. The entire Discord is free, so go check it out. The link is down below. But 80% of the winning lineups have had at least a $4,000 player or less. So the pricing's a little bit different, but we'll definitely look at that as well. And then the average salary used has been $47,500. So do not feel like you have to use all $50,000. I know it's weird to see $2,500 left, but you're able to do that, especially if we find some value here. So we look at stack percentages, and obviously Vegas odds would help out. A 4-2 stack has taken it down 47% of the time. Most likely it's going to be a Bills 4-man stack, I could see. 3-3% or 3-3 stack has been 33% of the time, and then a 5-1 stack has only been 20% of the time. So I don't foresee it being a 5-1. It's probably going to be a 4-2. It could be a 3-3 though. So we look at captain percentages. Now, the running back has started to climb up there. And it depends on the team and who the running back is. But 35% of the time, the winning lineup had a captain of a wide receiver. Makes a ton of sense, especially in a high-scoring game. Hopefully, we do see a high-scoring game here. 30% of the time, though, it has been a running back. 20% time, it has been a QB. Josh Allen is who I'd put there. Tight end, 8% of the time, probably looking at Dalton Kincaid if he's in there. If not, Dalton Schultz on the other side. The battle of the Daltons there. 4% of the time it's been a defense. I don't see it being a defense here. And then 3% of the time it's been a kicker. And like I've said, anytime that a kicker is in the captain spot, it's generally not a fun game to watch. It's just a very bad game. It's bad football if the captain is a kicker. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at our matchup tool. You can go to the NFL tab, go to NFL DFS matchup tool. It's right there. So here's how we read this. So these are the defenses. I've obviously filtered it to this game. These are the defenses. These are what they're ranked in the red zone. Very good. Third for Buffalo, first overall for Texans. 1,800 yards. Both teams have given up 10 touchdowns to the opposing quarterback. They're averaging, but they have given up 260 yards. So the Bills have given up 260 rushing yards to opposing quarterbacks and 2 rushing touchdowns. They're averaging 27 attempts and 16 completions a game, 185 yards, where the Texans are allowing 190 yards. But you can see the Texans are the number 1 defense this year against a quarterback. They're only giving up an average of 12.7 on DraftKings or 12.4 on FanDuel. And then you can see the Bills right here, 5th against the quarterback, giving up an average of 14.4. In theory, in reality, these are not, they have not faced Josh Allen. Josh Allen is obviously a really good quarterback. So that's skewed a little bit. I still love Josh Allen this week. Running backs, they're pretty much the same. I mean, they're right here. Buffalo Bills, 12th in the red zone. Houston, 13th. But then you see the Bills rank 31 out of 32 against the opposing running backs, giving up an average of 28.6. So we are going to Woody Marks, fantastic option there. It depends on who I guess the starter will be, but we'll definitely look at that. And then you can see the Texans, they rank 8th, giving up an average of 19.2. So you're looking at James Cook. Maybe he's not in a good spot. Again, these are on paper. The product is out on the field. We'll definitely look at that. So then you got against wide receiver. So the Bills ranked 9th in the red zone. Houston ranks 12th. You see the touchdowns are there. But the Bills have given up 300-yard receiving game. 3. So Nico Collins, we're going to see, I think we could see it. The Bills secondary has just not been as good as we are maybe used to. But the Texans have given up 200-yard receiving games. So Shakir, depends on, I guess, what wide receiver will be there. But you can see, Bills ranked 12th, giving up an average of 30.4. So we are looking at the Texans. So where we came into this game thinking, oh, it could be just a 4-2 stack of Bills, maybe we look at Texans in that situation. And then against the tight end, you can see they're very good as well. Texans ranked number 6 against the tight end, and the Bills are number 1 team against the tight end this year. So Dalton Schultz might not be in a good spot. So there you have it. We are now going to look and build or try to build you some tournament lineups. Now, anything can happen and players are ruled in or out. But if we're looking at this, like Josh Allen has to be in your lineup 100%, all of your lineups. I don't see how you get away from it. I think Nico Collins is right up there as well. I think Josh Allen and Nico Collins are probably my 2 favorite captain plays. A cheaper one would be Woody Marks if he does get the start there. 13.8. He's 13.8. He's almost $5,000 cheaper than taking Josh Allen. So he would allow you to go in a ton of different directions. And then against the run, the Bills are ranked 31st. So Woody Marks could be a sneaky captain spot for you. So let's build some lineups. Let's look at them. You've already got Stroud being out. Kincaid is out. So Dalton Knox is there. But, Mixon is out. Tyler Bass is on the IR. There's just so many players that it's just crazy what we're seeing. So, for instance, let's look at what we could see as let's go Josh Allen. He's very expensive. I get that. I think we could get both quarterbacks in here. We got Mills in there. We got Allen. I think, obviously, he needs to throw to Shakir. So 2 Bills right now. Josh Palmer is an interesting pick. Kind of up and down. We looked at him last week. 5 targets. So he was targeted 5 times. So he only caught 2 for 17 yards. If he'd caught all 5 passes, all 5 targets, probably a double-digit game there from him. So he's an interesting pick, especially in prime time here. And then, to be honest with you, Higgins as a cheap 4 to 5K player I'm looking at. Now we're at 5K the rest of the way. Fairbairn, you could look at that. Again, if the Bills defense hold them or they score a ton, Fairbairn could be in there. So that's one lineup. Josh Allen at the top. Most expensive. It takes away a lot there because that might be the most expensive captain I've ever seen on DraftKings. In fact, I think it has to be. Okay, so let's look at what a Woody Marks captain lineup could look like. He's very cheap. You should be able to pretty much get anyone you want in this lineup. I think we get Josh Allen. I think we go Davis Mills. I don't know how we get out of that. We go Nico Collins. Now we're at 1,500. This is where I don't think we're able to go Nico Collins there. Just because, I mean, like Christian Kirk, he's been involved there, but he's only caught one target. But you can see that one game, 8 targets, but only 6.6 fantasy. That's wild. But if you look at the Bills against a wide receiver, the Bills rank 12th, giving up an average of 30.4. So if Nico Collins is double covered, Christian Kirk could be in store for a good game. So if we get Kirk there, then you need a $200 player, and I don't think any of them open up right now. So that's where we're going to have to probably go away from Nico Collins. We got Christian Kirk there, Jaden Higgins, and then we're going to 6,800. So we're at Dalton Schultz, Mertz, Keon Coleman. I think Keon Coleman could be an interesting pick. So 1,400 left on the table. That's another lineup there. So Marks and Allen are there. So if we're looking at that, wide receivers, tight ends, probably not. Running backs, you do see it, Woody Marks again. Quarterbacks, the Davis Mills. So let's see what a Davis Mills captain lineup would look like. Cheaper than Allen, yes. Not as cheap as Woody Marks, still 14.4. But that's an interesting pick there. So Davis Mills, I think we can get Josh Allen in there as well. I think Woody Marks makes sense. So I look at him. I look at Higgins. I don't think you can get Nico in there. I would look at Palmer again. And then you're at 5,200. So Matt Prater. So Prater last week, though, got 8 fantasy points, but didn't have to kick very many field goals. He won the whole game. 5 extra points, 1 field goal. You can see the last 3 weeks, he's been 100%, has not missed. So when he is on, he is on. Maybe somehow the Houston defense does hold Josh Allen and the Bills, and we get Matt Prater to kick 4 field goals. Hopefully not, but you never know. And then we'll do one final one where let's get a little creative and crazy. Dalton Schultz has had, if we look at his numbers, 9 targets, 11 targets, 8 targets. His last 3 games, 28 targets. 19 of 28. Had a touchdown there. He's getting double digits everywhere. Dalton Schultz makes sense. They are targeting him so much. I'm going to put him as the captain. I want Josh Allen. I want Davis Mills. We're at 6,100 the rest of the way because we have 18.4 to go 3 spots. I was wondering, can I do that? No. Nico Collins is out. That's the only thing that... Let's go Woody Marks. Now we're at 4,600 for both. Probably go Fairbairn. Now we're at 4,200. Josh Palmer, Dalton Knox, Gabe Davis. We look at Gabe Davis last week, 7 points, 3 of 4 targets, 40 yards. He's that safety blanket for Josh Allen. Coming back, Dawson Knox in the Texans defense. No. Higgins, maybe. We can't afford Higgins. So, yeah. Probably going to go Gabe Davis. We've left 400 on the table, and we've built you a lineup there. So those are just some of the lineups. Those are just some of the picks. If you want to see all of the plays on the cheat sheet under the NFL tab, got the NFL. And then I'll just show you guys what the cheat sheet looks like. It's all last week's information, so I haven't updated it yet. And there's so many tabs and pages that I have to embed it as a workbook. So you can come here and open it up, and it'll make it a full screen for you. But just kind of wanted to show you what you could look at. So these are like FanDuel, DraftKings main slates, the plays we like, the bacon ratings, stuff like that. But we have Thursday Night Football Showdown. So our favorite captain plays and then our favorite flex plays. And if there's any notes to jump out, put some notes in here for you as well. So these will be updated. Obviously, we build some lineups there. You go through. We built the lineups on the week. You got lineups for the week. And then you got bacon shots. So these are like with MLB. These are MLB. We do home run picks. Here we do we do touchdown picks. So I do know Josh Jacobs did leave hurt. Higgins got that touchdown. CMC got a touchdown. Sean Tucker got a touchdown. Mark Andrews got a touchdown. So we did pretty well. I think we went 4 for 6. And Josh Jacobs left pretty early hurt. So that's unfortunate there. And Devonta Smith, yeah, that was an ugly game for the Eagles. Yeah, that was an ugly game. So yeah, that's our cheat sheet. If you want to see some of our favorite props or even parlays, it'll be in the description of this video. There's also a weekly DraftKings Fantasy Football League. It's $5 to enter each week. Top 3 places pay. The end of the year, the top 3 most accumulated points. First place will get a lifetime pass. Second place, a yearly pass. And third place, a monthly pass. We also have 5 spots available for the lifetime special. Normally $500. You can get it for $150. All you got to do is email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. So that's what I've got here. Any questions, let us know. Good luck for Thursday Night Football. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.